Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How's it going, everybody? Today we are diving into the middle of season 5 of Friends, where we're going to get to our pivot episode where Ross is going to try to carry that couch up the stairs. But
This
we've
is a
got
fan favorite.
It is obviously a fan favorite. We also have the one where with the girl who hits Joey, which is also a very interesting one. It's got some good moments in it. It's not that. That's not the one. Like that again. That's not the title I would have picked for that one. But
I know.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes they just throw in a title that covers sort of the side storyline.
I think I would have called
maybe so not to give away the
I think I would have called it the one where Chandler proposes. You know, and it's like,
I think they try. Yeah, I feel like they always try to be a little bit, because they wouldn't want to say that though, because then when you're watching it, it's like, wait, what?
No, but like when it airs the first time, you don't know what the title of the episode is.
Did they used to know? I guess you're
they
back
never
in the
put
day.
That wasn't a thing.
Back, you didn't know the title. No, you're right.
You never
Eric.
knew the title. Now, you know the
right.
title when you're watching it on HBO Max or Netflix or whatever show you're watching. Okay, we've got our Stranger Things one, right? When we click on Stranger Things, you know the title before the episodes even happen. It's all there.
Exactly.
So you might not want to give something away that way, or you may want to hint at something but not allude to it totally.
Now when we view things, we have all the information. You have a complete description, the title, you can see all the reviews. We were flying blind. So
we had nothing.
Any of that stuff,
we had nothing.
It left a lot of room for surprise, which I love. So listen, there was something very romantic and it was very sweet, but all that is gone now. We just are fed all the information up front, and here we are.
Yeah, well, information is overrated sometimes.
It can be, especially since a lot of it often cannot be believed. But that is a whole other story. Here we are talking about Friends, so keeping it light. And just as a reminder for where we left things in our last episode, we had Monica giving her terrible massages, Joey became obsessed with a shoulder bag, and Phoebe's grandma died, which reunited her with her dad. We also had Phoebe and Rachel finding out about Chandler and Monica. Well, actually, Rachel already knew. Phoebe found out about Chandler and Monica. And together, though, they had a lot of fun messing with them. All up until the end, where then Ross also found out. And Eric, as you mentioned in our last episode, we jump right back into that exact moment where Ross must have beelined it. He left Donald over in his apartment, and because I don't even remember. Eric, do you remember what happens with his job at this point?
He's still on sabbatical for a minute.
He's still, that's what I'm trying to remember exactly how they played that out. But
they just were like, you know what, maybe you're not quite ready just yet. Yeah. But just going back, we have this one launch literally 1 second after the last one ended. And if you go back to the beginning of this season, right? The beginning of this season, where it's actually episode 2, where Rachel is returning from the honeymoon in Greece, Ross's honeymoon.
Yeah.
There is a full-on week of time between episodes 1 and 2, because he said goodbye to he missed the plane, and then she returns. So there's a full week of time there.
Yes.
Meanwhile, there's about 15 seconds of time in between these two. So it's just one of those things that happens.
Yes.
But this is season 5, episode 15. The one with the girl who hits Joey. And in this episode, obviously, Ross has found out all about Chandler and Monica. We also have Joey dating Katie, who punches him a lot. And they're really hard. And Phoebe is helping Ross kind of get settled in his new apartment and ends up befriending the neighbors while Ross is at odds with them. Very weird storyline going on here. But we'll talk about all three of these things. We've already started talking about Ross and him finding out. Do you have anything to add here?
Well, I mean, I just really appreciate Ross continuing on the theme of him melting down, where he's coming over and no one knows how to react to him because he's going back and forth through these waves of intense emotions where he's saying, my best friend and my sister, I cannot believe this. And he's so angry. And then Chandler's explaining, listen, dude, we're not messing around here. I love her. Like, we're in love with each other. And he immediately, there's this long pause. And he's just like, my best friend and my sister, I cannot believe this. So he has the same line again, just in a completely different tone. And it's so funny the way they did this a few times where he's saying like, you all knew and you didn't tell me. And Rachel's explaining.
You didn't know how I was going to react? He's all over the map here.
Insane. You were worried about me. And Rachel looks like actually a little bit freaked out because Ross is flipping out. They're trying to really hold it together for him, but it's not going well here. And just this funny moment. Listen, it doesn't take long for Ross to get settled in on this idea. I think
he settles in quickly.
They can all see this is real between them.
And with that though, we do now get the exact reason why Chandler and Monica didn't want anyone to know, because now they all know, and immediately Joey's like, I call Godfather. And they start talking about wedding presents, and they start talking about kids and things like that, all at Central Perk. And Chandler's like, whoa. Just pump the brakes. Yeah.
And immediately, and then he's saying to Rachel in a later scene where he's like, listen, why don't you stop putting these ideas into Monica's head? And Rachel's like, dude, like, these ideas are already in Monica's head. You've met Monica, right? This is the same girl who like broke up with Richard because she didn't want, he didn't want to have kids. And, and it's Monica, and she's, almost 30, and this is where she's at. She is future oriented. Like, she has a very structured idea of what her future is going to look like. And that's her path. And Chandler is like, well, that's a different Monica, right? And no, it's not, Chandler. So he's having a hard time coming to terms with this.
I do really like that line where he's like, no, that was a different Monica. Like, right. That was the old Monica who was obsessed with babies and this, and now there's a new Monica that I've just started to date. He's like, it's different, right? I'm right. Right? And Rachel's like, oh yeah, it's totally different. He's like, it's not different at all, is it? Not unless different means the same.
Yes.
Which is something that I will say a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we get, though, that moment where Chandler basically acts all skittish around Monica, and then whatever. Fast forward that to Central Perk, though, where he's there with the guys, and he's trying to figure out, how can I make it better? And Monica comes in, and she's still mad at him, and he rolls up to her. He's like, well, just tell me what I can do to make it better. And she hammers him with the line, listen, I'm tired of being your relationship tutor. You don't want to be in a real relationship? Don't be in one.
Yeah.
And the guys are like,
I know. When Chandler turns around and both Joey and Ross have the cringe look on their face. I think I'm making that same face as I'm watching that scene. It's like,
I think I usually pull my hood up. I'm like, oh no, this is going so poorly.
Yeah.
This is awful. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, and Monica is straight to the point and hammers him home real tough, which is why Chandler, thinking on his own, decides, I know the best thing I can do is propose to Monica in front of all of our friends.
My reaction is Rachel's, where she's like, oh, I can't not look at it. They're all of their faces as Chandler is getting down on one knee. I love how they kept Ross and Joey in focus behind him, because Ross is like, he just has his mouth open like, what are you doing? And all of them are, oh my goodness. Chandler, this is bad. This is so bad.
Yeah, I love the funniest thing is you can tell that they did a really good job selling the audience on this too. Because Chandler opens the ring box and the crowd goes nuts.
Yes.
Everyone's like, yes! Yeah! And immediately Joey and Ross are like, oh, no. And Rachel has got her hands up like, oh, I can't look at it. And they're all very obviously like, this is a horrible idea. What are you doing?
Monica's asking,
and
why
Monica
are
never
you
said,
doing this?
She doesn't say no.
No.
And she doesn't say yes. And it rallies the audience behind, this is not right.
Yes. Yeah. She's like, why are you doing this? I don't know. I'm not afraid. I'm doing this because I'm sorry. She's like, well,
is that the best reason to get married? No, it's fourth.
The best reason to get married is pregnancy, but that's only behind being ready and wanting to get married. Will you be my wife? How he asks that is so funny, and Ross's expression, and I talked to these guys, and he's pointing to Ross and Joey. Who? 2 divorces and Joey? Hey! She's right, though. Still, cheap shot.
Cheap shot? Yeah. Awesome. And then they hammered home at the very end with everybody making fun of Chandler for the proposing, like, oh, I'm sorry. Will you marry me?
Right.
And then it's like, because it's funny, they lay it out like, well, how long is this teasing going to go on for? And they're like, well, a really long time.
Yeah.
And then Ross goes, this is funny. Hey, Rachel, remember that we were on a break ring? I'm sorry. Will you marry me? Kills the joke right there.
Chandler just gets up and he's like, oh, that's not funny, man. They all just get up and walk away. They're like, don't do that.
And then immediately that joke's not coming back. Oh. Like that's the thing. They killed it immediately so that they don't have to go back to like making fun of this moment for the next 15 episodes.
Oh my gosh. So funny. Yeah.
Like really good job with that.
Yeah.
We also have Joey, who's dating Katie.
Yeah.
Do you know Katie?
Eric, who is she?
I know Katie.
I didn't look her up, but I know that I know her. What do I know her from?
You knew her from when she was a lot littler.
Is this Punky Brewster?
It is Punky Brewster.
Oh! Wow.
Yeah. Soleil Moonfry is Katie here, who's just wailing on Joey's arm.
I knew that, but as you're asking, I'm like, it's gotta be her, because I meant to look that up, and Moonfry, little Miss Moonfry. Yeah,
actually, a few good cameos here in this one, with Soleil Moonfry, and also the late Willie Garson, who we'll get to later, but we have Punky Brewster here, basically wailing on Joey. The only like takeaway here is like, don't make fun of me because of my size.
I know.
Love that line. I don't know why.
I know.
And then I like how Joey comes in to break up with her. And Rachel is like, wow, you look big. It's like, is it obvious I'm wearing 6 sweaters? Yeah, but it's not obvious why.
Yeah. Well, imagine what she's gonna do when I take away the Joey love.
Yeah. I do like the Katie versus Rachel punch off.
Love that.
That's a nice little twist to the end to how to break them up, where she looks at Joey after Rachel kicks her in the leg. She's like, are you going to do something about it? Or I'm going to walk out that door. He's like, nah.
This is my out. Thank you for that. And I love how that like Joey and Rachel have their little like handshake that they do at the end there. It's really cute. But But listen, I do not blame Rachel here. This girl is out of control, and he has tried to multiple times explain to her, listen, those punches, they're pretty hard. And she just keeps going to the point where she's punching Rachel then too. And yeah, no kidding, girl. Like, no one's ever told you this. Come on. This is insane. Really funny. Well, though. I do not.
She must have learned that
yeah,
somewhere in between Punky Brewster and Friends to just punch people.
Apparently.
Anyway, we then have the Ross Phoebe section of this episode.
Phoebe,
which
Phoebe.
I am
here?
curious how you felt about this.
I mean, Phoebe is. This is only a role that Phoebe could have on Friends because she is somehow oblivious, but also does a really good job at, like, she becomes friends with these people, but also in the process of doing so completely throws Ross under the bus and chips in. So I actually do not disagree with Ross's stance here. It's insane.
No, I don't either.
For Steve, the president of the tenants committee. Hello, Mr. President. He is demanding this money from Ross. Well, I've lived here for 25 minutes. I've never met Howard. I don't know Howard.
Howard's the handyman. Yes, but to me, he's just man.
Man.
Like, listen, it's one thing if you're going room to room and say, hey, I know you just moved in here. We're collecting. If you want to give anything, that'd be great. Right. And then if he does, awesome. If not, you move on.
That's it. Right. To make this whole thing, it's bad.
It's a rough story to do. This, by the way, is Steve is the late Willie Garson, who I know from White Collar, where he played Mozzie. My wife knows him from Sex and the City, where he was Stanford.
Yes.
And he's always been like a great character actor, very distinguishable. Like, you know him instantly. He's looked the same for every role ever.
Yes.
With the perfect circle glasses and stuff. Yeah.
Phoebe even points that out. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I like his glasses. Yeah.
Like, he is very distinct and always does a very good job in his role. And even in this one part that he played in Friends, I don't hate Steve. Like,
no.
I think I understand him. But at the same time, I understand Ross. And I would have done what Ross did. And I get Phoebe's side of things too, but it's not a great look when you're also, friends with the guy who's not doing it.
Well, now I'm just the mysterious stranger.
I get that.
The mysterious, generous stranger. It's like, okay, Phoebe, but you didn't think about... Yeah. It's like she and Ross just were not on the same page at all during this episode.
Well, even when she starts criticizing everybody, and she's like, well, I thought if I criticized them all that you would come in and save them, and then you'd look really good. And he's like, oh, I did not get that at all.
I did not get that. No. Yeah, that did not come across whatsoever. And I also appreciate how Ross is thinking, well, I'm gonna throw my own party, sit them down and explain to them. I'm just a guy who stands up for what he believes in. A man with principles. Wow, sounds like a fun party.
Right.
Yeah, and Rachel is also, she's trying to say to him, listen, if you just want them to be friends with you, just give the money and call it a day. So I also get her perspective because she can tell under all of this, that's what Ross really wants. Like, he is trying to stand for his principles, but he also cares about what they think. And if that's the truth, then Ross, again, you're getting in your own way. Just like fork over the money if that's what you want.
Just give the $100, everybody will be happy.
Yeah. Because if he didn't care, the cringy part to me is that So he's made this decision to stand on his principle and not give the money, but then he like joins in on the party and he's eating their cake.
No,
I'm like,
it's bad.
Ross,
It's all bad. You can't go.
You gotta pick a lane, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't do both. That's not okay.
No. Yeah. No, it's not. Now, before we jump to our next episode, I did have this jotted down, and I wanted to ask you about this. Back at the very beginning of this, we started talking about how Ross finds out and how he's through this emotional roller coaster of all these things. Monica says to him during this whole thing, we're so sorry you had to find out this way. How did she think he was going to find out?
Like, was she planning on telling him that night? Like, after he...
I don't know, but everybody knows. Everybody knows but him. You don't think he's going to find out through somebody else? I just found that to be like a really weird line. And she's trying to sell it like, we didn't want you to find out like this. But you didn't have any other options. You didn't have an exit strategy here. Like, I don't like that line from her. I wish she had said something else, anything else, anything that's not about how he found out.
Right. Yeah, let's just move on from that moment.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. I just wanted to double back, touch on that before I forgot.
That is a really good point. I don't know really why she said that.
There are no
what
answers.
The plan was. I don't think they really had a plan because they didn't have a plan to tell anyone. They've all just found out.
They barely had a plot.
They barely had a plot. And which I've also seen on mugs when you're talking about things that you've seen on Eric, also before we move on to whatever happened to that ring that Chandler had. I thought about that here. I'm like, hey, because he goes out shopping. There's this whole thing where he needed to find a ring to propose to Monica. What diamond ring is this?
It's a great question.
It's like, wow, Chandler just whipping out the diamond rings.
Listen, he's got a good job. He does what he does.
I guess he just took this one back.
I would imagine that's a plausible answer here that he just returned it.
That would be a very awkward return.
I'm sure he wouldn't be the first one to do it.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. I also no, I'm jumping around a little bit here, but going back to this, I had this note about the Phoebe and Ross storyline where she's saying to him, I was telling them about Emily to try to get some sympathy, but somehow you came off as the bad guy. I think I'm telling it wrong. You know what? I might need to hear that story again. What exactly happened there? And his face. It's like, that is very telling.
Listen, that to me is, again, me going, right. Emily is not the bad guy in this story. Yeah. Ross is the bad guy in this story. Emily didn't do anything wrong. And so, like, when you tell the story as the facts, you're going to say, wow, what a jerk of a guy. You can't tell that story and make Ross look good. There's no way to do that.
No. And I think that's the writers are really trying to drive that home here by saying, like, yeah, we know who was in the wrong there and, like, how that all went crazy. And,
this went sideways, and we're sorry that was bad for Ross, but it is what it is. And Ross has got to take all the bullets. He's taking the bullets with Emily. He's taking the bullets on the Rachel breakup. He's just it is what it is. He's getting them all.
Well, they even say here, who here likes Ross? Ross is the only one who raises his hand.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to move on to Friends Season 5, Episode 16. This is the one with the cop. And this is where Joey has a dream about Monica and is interested in finding some of the closeness that Chandler and Monica share. Phoebe finds a badge at Central Perk and intends to return it to the police station, but ends up impersonating a cop many times over. And Ross buys a couch for the new apartment, and has to pivot it up the stairs. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
Let's just start where everybody wants to start. Start with pivot.
I need a couch that says, kids welcome here, but that also says, come here to me. What? You say that to kids?
No. The come here to me is for the ladies. Okay, Ross, it's not a magic couch.
Yes, right.
Like this is such a good sequence. I also love the fact that the guy is like, well, I knew something didn't add up because she's, and you're like,
Yeah.
And of course, Ross breaks out, well, we were in a relationship and we did it 298 times. You kept such count?
A loser. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. I mean, yeah. That is pretty bad.
It's bad. It's so bad for Ross.
And so Ross does not want to, again, getting in his own way. He refuses to pay the delivery fee, which, is just as expensive as the couch for a reason in Manhattan. Like, imagine navigating the streets, finding parking, bringing it up to one of these apartments. That would be madness for the delivery, which we see with Ross, because he lies to Rachel saying that there's an elevator in his building that will fit this thing. I love that line where she's like, Ross, didn't you say there was an elevator in here? Yes, I did, but there isn't. Okay. And
yes, I did say that, but I was wrong. And by wrong, I mean, I knew that there wasn't, and you're here now, so let's get up the stairs. Yeah, I mean, listen, I was going to speak my truth here. This is not the funniest scene to me. Like, it's okay. It's Friends lore. It is a peak scene in Friends with them, trying to get the couch up the stairs and, Ross yelling pivot at the top of his lungs and getting them to swing it around. I don't know. This feels like something that you would probably laugh hysterically to, because I know you like the slapstick stuff. But it's just to me, I'm like, okay.
I love when Rachel comes back. Chandler? You brought Chandler?
Yes.
The next best thing to Joey would have been Monica.
That's true.
He's like, yeah. I would be offended, but Monica is freakishly strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this moment, though, where Ross changes from saying pivot to pivot.
Yes.
Pivot.
Oh, gosh.
And, Chandler is then, squeezed between the couch and the wall. I mean, honestly, part of the scene that really cracked me up the most in this sequence was the very end, where he shows back up to the furniture store and the lady is just like, sir, this couch is cut in half. And he's saying, yes, this couch is cut in half. I would like to exchange it for one that is not cut in half.
I'll give you store credit in the form of $3.
Yeah, it's like,
I will take it.
What? And where did that number even come from?
Yeah. Now, did you know, I remember vividly there being an extended scene here where we find out how the couch gets cut in half.
Oh.
Yeah. There is a scene in the originals. And by the way, I have to pick up this person. The woman who gives him the store credit, her name is Aloma Wright. And she is in something that I know.
Oh.
And I can't place her exactly. I'm sure my wife knows right off the top of. Oh, she was in Suits, for sure.
Oh, okay.
She was in Suits for a while. I watched that, and a number of other things. But that being said,
how does it get cut in half?
Here's what happens. Somehow the fire alarm gets pulled while it's sitting flat and it's wedged in and they can't get it out. And so this storm of people comes down the stairs And this guy people are running over it and jumping, and this guy jumps and like just snaps it in half right in the middle. So it was like obviously pre-cut and they just broke it. But this is one of those things that gets cut out of all these, new streaming versions. That was on the DVDs.
Filthy too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you get this from where we last saw it to where it is in the return section? And that's how, because it's been trampled and smashed to death by an entire apartment, exiting the staircase.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember how the fire drill gets pulled or if it just happens to go off. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
That being said, I really like the Phoebe storyline here, where Phoebe finds the badge.
Yes.
And then she's going around trying to do good deeds, and she's yelling at the person who put their cigarette out on the tree, like, hey, don't do that. She's like, why not? It worked real good. She's like, no, not that you can't do it. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
She's like, that's it.
She's drunk with power.
Whips out the badge, like, book him. To nobody.
Nobody. Oh, gosh.
She's like, well, that's it. You apologize to the tree or I'm taking you downtown. Nothing. Back up. Back up. Back up. And then she apologized. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cancel back up. Cancel back up. Cancel back up.
Oh, no.
Cancel back up. That is one that I'll use too all the time. Cancel back up. Cancel back up.
Well, and then when she is telling, because the friends are all warning her, like, listen, impersonating a police officer, it's a felony. You could land yourself in jail for doing this. You probably should not be doing this. And I think she's trying to wean herself off, but as she says, she's drunk with power. And so she whips the badge out again to this guy who, guess what? The badge belongs to him and he's a cop. And she's telling him that he can't block the entrance to the coffee shop. And, yeah. Which precinct are you with? I'm with the 57th. Yeah, I'm undercover right now. I'm a whore.
Right, of course. Yeah.
I love how that just rolls off of her tongue. And then, of course, they start to go into the NYPD Blue references, which is great. She's like, oh, yeah, my partner Sipowicz. And, yeah. That was great.
I really like that they pulled in, like, other NBC cop show.
Yes.
To say, well, don't go see him right now. His partner just died. Yes. Because that's what happened on the episodes at that point in time.
Yeah.
Only to then throw the badge at Gary, who we wind up learning is Gary later, Michael Rappaport, and have him run away, basically.
I was really sad. I know I'm jumping ahead in the series here by saying this, but I was really sad that things didn't last longer between Phoebe and Michael Rappaport.
Because this is the first time
I like them together.
This is the first time we get a glimpse of Phoebe dating somebody.
Yes.
Like regularly.
True. Yes.
Like not just once, but a few times.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see. And as we'll see how it goes over the next few episodes.
Yeah.
But I do like Gary, and Gary comes to the apartment because he ran her prints, and she's like, listen, I'm just gonna call my lawyer and I'll put you on the stand and he'll make you look like a fool. Ooh, I don't want to look like a fool. And so how about I just pretend you weren't here? I would love it if I were not here. Mm-hmm. And then he basically asks her out to dinner.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, are you asking me out? And he's like, well, I could have done it better, but all these people keep staring at me. Yeah. Because, who is it? Ross and Monica and Rachel and Joey are all right there.
Yeah.
Is Chandler, I think they're all there. And real kind of cool moment.
Yeah, because before he comes in, Phoebe turns to
Joey thinks it's a pizza.
Well, right. And Phoebe's saying, if I'm going down, I'm bringing you all down with me. Harboring a fugitive, that's 1 to 3 years minimum. Good luck, Chandler.
That's true. That's true. She does say that.
And I think, actually, no, Joey thinks that the cop is there for him because he
stole the pizza on the second floor.
And he's like trying to eat it really quick. And he's like, just a second, officer. My God. So ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, the other side to this episode here is, the Monica and Joey and Chandler side, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm reading your face on our Google Meet here. It's like, all right, who cares?
It's fine. It's like, it's a little bit awkward. I don't know. Joey has a dream that he was kind of taking Chandler's place and then thinks he's just in love with Monica and is acting all awkward. But I think really what they're trying to develop here is they're telling Joey, listen, maybe you want to have more of a real relationship. I think that's what that dream is about. It's like, hey, maybe like you've been having all these flings, but maybe you want this. Maybe you want something that looks like what we have, you know?
I think this hammered home 2 points. One, Joey's ready for maybe a more significant relationship. And two, because they were like, well, we were friends first, and then, things took off from there. So he immediately goes and hits on Rachel.
Oh,
and that gets shut down on the spot. Rachel's like, well, maybe you should go out and like be friends with the girl first, not just hit on your existing friends. And
I don't think we should be cranking anything up here.
No, so it does, one, shows that Joey might be ready for something more significant. Two, it implies that it's not going to be with the friends. They're not going to hook them up.
No.
And right. I know they go to it later on, but they're not doing it now.
No.
And it's really good how they do that whole thing, I feel like. But we'll get down there later. The funny thing is, of course, he goes out and tells someone that he'd like to build a foundation, and he's not interested in all that. And he's like, it's crazy. That's why I told her, and I suddenly became irresistible to her and her roommate.
Oh my God, Joey!
And
no fault of my own. Yeah.
Like, he's probably not wrong, because if he goes out there and says that, everybody's just falling all over him at that point.
Joey.
Like, that's just how it seems to work.
Oh my gosh. As flattered as I am that you saw me first. Man, I wish I saw Phoebe first.
It would have been a better move to go to Phoebe.
Yeah. But
Phoebe's got Gary.
Oh, hey. Yeah, the timing just is not right here. So
it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're going to jump into the IMDb ratings segment of our podcast, where we talk about our ratings versus your ratings as we find them on IMDb, not to mention our favorite and least favorite characters. Amanda, I went first last time. Why don't you go first with your favorite or least favorite?
Well, listen, I actually feel a little bit bad about my least favorite here because she was my least favorite last time too. But listen, I just don't find Monica as funny in these episodes as the other friends. I was really trying to figure out who else I could pick because I try not to pick the same person for the least twice in a row anyway. I don't know why. Sure. I have that in my mind. I'm like, oh, but I just... Yeah, she wasn't in as many funny moments, so I picked Monica for that reason. And my favorite, I picked Ross, because I know you're not as big of a fan of the pivot part, but I love that portion. I love just the dialogue with him and Rachel and the guy selling them the couch and how he doesn't believe that they were even together, and Ross is like flipping out about that. Yeah, it's just more funny moments with David Schwimmer. And so and listen, I also agree on his stance about not feeling bullied into contributing to this gift that's like demanded of him. I mean, as you said, I think the move would have been like, hey, like contribute what you can, and had some type of.
If you'd like to, we're doing this whole thing. If you'd like to give a donation, this is how you do it. Blah
and
blah
then
blah.
It's like, all right, great, and have it be. The idea of like, all right, so when can I have the check? Be like, dude, that alone, just the way he said that, no thanks. What the heck?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's.
How
about you?
Listen, I'm also picking Ross here as my favorite. The pivot scene, I think, gets way too overplayed, and maybe that's just part of it. You see it all the time, and it's like, okay, and it's a funny line, but it's not my favorite. It's just not. When it comes down, listen, they can't all be your favorite, okay?
And
like
David Schwimmer has a lot of funny moments, and this isn't
he
like
really
the best.
Does.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and like to me, it's always about cadence and just yelling pivot. I know he even makes that funny.
Yes.
I'm not discrediting the scene. It's just, it's not personally one of the higher up ones on my list. But that being said, over these 2 episodes, between that pivot scene and also the whole sequence of him finding out and then having his own pity party, and he was the funniest one to me in these episodes as well. And again, it came down to Monica and Rachel. You picked Monica. I'm picking Rachel here. I don't have a whole lot that I liked about Rachel or Monica really in either of these episodes. Monica, I gave the edge because of how she handled the Chandler proposal, and I liked her in the whole like, hey, I'm tired of being your relationship tutor.
Yes.
Don't want to be in a real relationship? Don't be in one. That's one of her like toughest lines she says ever, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
Rachel, I would have given her some credit for the scene with Joey where it's like, don't hit on your existing friends. Like that's her funniest scene too.
Yeah.
But I got to pick somebody. I'm picking Rachel. That's 2 in a row for me on her too. I'm sorry, Rachel.
Yeah.
It just is how it is.
Yeah. Oh, I have to mention just when you're talking about the pivot part, we didn't mention where they're at the bottom of the stairs before they're going up, and he's showing them the drawing. And Rachel at the end is like, but we had the sketch. It's just
that's true.
Funny moment because he's like, well, why didn't it work? Yeah.
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 Okay. How about ratings?
Okay. Which one did you like better?
So in the last few we've done, there's been like one clear one and one second one. This one, I find them both to be very similar.
Yep.
I am going to give, I think, what did I do here? Yanked my headphones out. Sorry. I think I'm going to be in a minority here.
Okay.
But I'm going to give the one with the girl who hits Joey a higher rating.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I'm giving the one with the cop an 8.4.
Okay.
So I find them both very similar, pretty good episodes. I discredit the one with the cop a little more because of the Monica Joey Chandler storyline. I thought that was the weakest of the bunch. I would prefer the Punky Brewster punching story to that one. And I also think I like the one with the girl who hits Joey because I like having Soleil Moonfry and Willie Garson as guest stars.
Yeah. Yeah, these were both really close for me too. I like both of them, but I gave the one with the girl who hits Joey a slightly lower score. I gave that one an 8.4, and I gave the one with the cop an 8.6.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the same spot here. These are middle eights.
Yeah. Honestly, all of the the storylines within the episodes were funny. They're really, what's not to like with these 2 episodes? Really, really enjoyable.
No, so to me, here's what I feel like I'm coming to with Friends. If it is an iconic, big time moment, big time episode, it's going to hit into the 9s.
Yeah.
Right? To be an upper 8 is kind of the hardest echelon to hit. Like if it's 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, it has to be another really big moment, but maybe there was a weak part of the story somewhere, or there just it wasn't quite as iconic as some of the others.
Yeah.
Mid 8s is just solid Friends episode. That's where I put these both.
Yep. Same.
And then low 8s, maybe there were more than one like weaker moment in that episode.
Sure.
That's your 8.2s or lower.
Yeah.
And if it's under 8, something's gone wrong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Something's gone sideways.
Yeah.
If it's under 8.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, some of it is like just the mood I'm in. I'm like, oh, I don't know. It seems like an 8. Like the last episode we did, I had one that was just a solid 8, but I enjoyed the episode. I just felt like it wasn't really driving the storyline anywhere. So that's kind of, yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. There's elements within what I just laid out, but that's kind of how I see it go down.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do have the ratings for this one. The one with the cop is the higher rated one. That's not shocking. Just from the pivot scene alone, I'm not surprised that that's the higher one. But it is an 8.5, which is right in between us. Okay. And the one with the girl who hits Joey is actually an 8.3, slightly lower than both of us. So
each one,
there's that. But
they're both just one notch below my ratings. Both of those. That's funny.
Oh, how about that? Yeah. And they are, the cop is one notch above. The one with the girl who hits Joey is 2/10 below my rating there. Yeah. But that's okay. It is what it is. But again, like 8.3 and 8.5, that's what I would consider. Like 8.3 to 8.6 is like middle 8s as far as I'm concerned.
That makes sense.
That's where most of these episodes I think are going to fall, given the opportunity to get higher or lower.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. And if you've rated these, we're curious to see like who out there who's listening, have you taken the time to throw a rating up on IMDb? Maybe you will now. I don't know. But I think it's I actually really have not contributed myself.
I have not contributed either to those ratings. I'm thinking I might. I might have to start doing that. Thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check us out on Instagram and TikTok and our YouTube channel. Do all the fun things that people do on their social media. Subscribe, like, follow, repost. Please drop a comment on any of those videos. We'd really appreciate it. We also appreciate you checking out our website at werunonreruns.com, where we have our podcasts in full, as well as on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and plenty of other podcast players. For Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching Season 5 of Friends, episodes 17 and 18 for next week's show. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See ya, pals. Bye, guys.